What's going on, guys? It's your girl Christine. I'm an online reseller on eBay and Poshmark, and I wanted to bring you a thrift haul that I just did. I am recently just picking up mostly vintage items, and preferably vintage items that are wearable. So what I do is I go on and see the trends, and then I try to find vintage versions of those trends in the thrift store. So I went to a thrift store and I wanted to just show you the haul that I got before I photograph everything. So right now, like, the boho is in fashion right now, so I'm picking up like vintage boho items and things that are very unique. I found this dress. It's a very long, like, cottony, it feels like cotton, and it just has like these tribal prints on there and like the frayed hem, and it's just really unique. There's no label and there's no like fabric contact, so I think this is either very old or it is handmade. And then right behind that one on the racks was this one, and I really love the detail. It's like a metallic thread, and then it has like these umbrella prints on it. And again, this has no label on the inside. It looks like it was handmade. And just from this detail here, I want to say it's from like the 60s. And it really looks like it's never been worn. There's no size, no label, no fabric content on this either. It's one of my favorite pieces that I found. And right now, like, if you look online on the trends for fall, is like the power suit. So this is like in an oversized like trench coats, like the boxy blazers are in style for the fall. So I found this suit dress. I love the color, I love the top of it, and it's a size women's 14, so it's a good size. So I love the buttons on it too. And here's the label. Label doesn't really matter for me, so it's just the label. I'm picking up vintage. I just like things that are bold and in fashion. Just wearable vintage is what I'm looking for. So this is a long, like, midi maxi dress. I love the print. This one did have a label. VIP Petites. There's no like size. It was cut out, so I'll just have to do the measurements. But I liked the print. Paisley prints are in. Always, it has a zipper and then it buttons down the back. This is the one item that I didn't get that I got that wasn't vintage. It's a Britney Spears concert t-shirt from 2011. Anything that's concert tees I'm now picking up, because who knows, if I held on to it, it might be worth a lot more in the future when it becomes vintage. Anything that's vintage Disney I do pick up. This one is Mickey with music on the pocket. It's a size 20, so it's a really good size. Here's the label. It's like that tablecloth plaid. I'm not quite sure that this is vintage yet, but the label looked like it was vintage. I didn't look it up. It's 100% cotton. So anything that's like 100% cotton, linen, or silk, and that's wearable, I will pick up, just because nowadays it's expensive to make garments in those fabrics, so I picked them up. It's just like a wrap dress. This is a vintage floral maxi skirt, and when you buy skirts that are older, you just want to make sure that the elastic on the waistband's not dry rotted. I made that mistake before, so just check to make sure that the waistband and elastic vintage, that it's not dry rotted. Here's the label, and it's made out of viscose and 35% cotton, and it says it's made in India, so I like that. This is a denim maxi jumper. There was no label, just a size small on the inside. Looks like the label was cut out, but I just like how it ties in the back, has the pockets, and then a slit in the back too. This is a vintage, here's the label, blouse. I just like the bold print. It's buttoned down, it's a size 16, women's 16, and I like the how it tied in the side the collar. Like that detail, like the bow collars are in right now for fall. I just like the print too. Anything that's like blouses with bold prints I do like to pick up. A vintage Washington Redskins t-shirt. Here's the label. This is a vintage label made in the United States. It's not single stitch. Sometimes you can tell it's vintage by the stitching. It's not single stitch, but it is a vintage label. So anything that's game day, I like to pick up. And people like are now like bleaching these and like cropping them to make them more like, and like tearing up like right here. I don't like to do that to my vintage shirts, but people can buy them and DIY them themselves. This is a vintage caftan. Here's the label. I just like the print. It's made out of polyester though. Another fall trend is animal print. So this is a half wrap skirt or wrap dress. The leopard print. It does have the lining on the inside. It just fell out. But anything animal print is in for fall. So I do pick it up if it's in good condition and if it's vintage. I feel like animal print is always in style. This is a size 3X denim embroidered jumper. So I like this. It's a good size and I'm a sucker for anything that is embroidered. This is not vintage. Here's the label. I didn't even look it up, but it's made out of 100% cotton. It's a men's button down. I just love the print on this and it was 100% cotton, so I couldn't let it not be put in my cart. So it's really cool. And if it doesn't sell, one of my sons will eventually wear this. I think it's really cool. This is I believe it's from the 80s. It's like a midi maxi dress. Has the shoulder pads. Here's the label. I just love and I love anything that's purple and floral. And it has like the pleats in the bottom. And 80s dresses is really popular too. Starting to be. This is a floral and lace top. Here's the label. I just like the style of this. It does need to be sewn at the top, like where the button clasp. But I just love the print. I love anything that's rose and purple. Here's another vintage top. Here's the label. And it has like a peplum at the bottom. I love the bold print. So it's a nice little blouse. This dress is probably from the 90s, I want to say. It ties around in the back. Has like a little belt that you tie. And I just love these like Prairie Dress. I believe this dress is like an older dress. Here's the label. I have to look everything up. I just love the print. And then it has like this detail on the side. It zips down in the back. And I believe it's 100% cotton. Yeah, it's 100% cotton. So I just thought this dress was really pretty. Here's another like chambray denim dress with the embroidery patches. I think it is embroidery. Yeah, you can usually tell on the back if it's embroidered or a patch. So this is like a maxi dress. And it has the plaid detail on the bottom. I just really like this. Here's the label of this one. It's a nice blouse. I just love the color and the pleats in the front. Here's a vintage sweatshirt. Here's the label. And I just love the paisley floral print. I'm going to try this on for myself. If it doesn't fit, I'm going to sell it. But I just really love this. This is, I believe, from the 90s. I love the bold print. Here's the label. It's just a button down. Here's the print. Floral stripes. Here's a velvet embroidered Mickey and Minnie. I just really like this. It doesn't have new tags, but it still has the cardboard around the collar. So I'm guessing it's new, never been worn. And I believe it's from the 90s, I want to say. So it's really fun. See a music teacher wearing that. This is a polyester shirt from the 70s. Just liked the print. It's the button down. And 70s blouses are really big right now. So if you've come by them, I highly recommend picking them up. They're in good condition. And this dress I did pay up. It's brand new, dead stock, no tags. And I just love the drop waist on this and the buttons down. And I believe it's either a maxi or a midi dress, depending on how tall you are. I just love this print, and then it was dead stock, so I just couldn't pass it up. I did pay up for this though, so didn't really appreciate that, but it's okay. And then I got 2 accessories. The first thing I ever thrifted when I was little was like a vintage belt. And this is from the 70s. It's one of those wraparound belts. It clasps right here, and it's a butterfly. I just love this piece. I have it in the brown in my personal collection, so when I saw this, I had to get it. And the last thing that I got was this, I believe it's like straw or hemp, and it's vintage, and it's the rainbow crossbody bag. Yeah, it's crossbody. And I liked how like it had the shells. I don't know what kind of shells these are. And it's just in good condition. And it just ties there. It seems like you can fit a lot. I just really think that's really cool. So yeah, I got this.